All right, guys. Just a quick one here today. A lot of people ask me, how do you do this, or why do you do this? Well, why is, partially because it's just an addiction you have. I think if you fly once and you catch that bug, it's just something you always want to do. But why do we build? I just love projects. I've been that way my whole life. But how do you manage them? Really, if you break each component down to a subcomponent and down to fewer subcomponents, down to a piece or a task at a time, it's not that overwhelming. I do it a lot. We put a lot on our plate and think, oh, we're gonna get all this done. But if you really break it down, you want to be successful, you'll hear it time and time again. Do one thing a day. So for me, it's just, I found that the older I get, I need to have everything ready to go, and I'm not good at getting things ready to go. I just go, and then I'll get those parts down the road, or I'll make something. I was telling somebody today that, hell, I'll spend 10 hours trying to make something that if I just opened up my phone and ordered it, it'd be here in a day. So really being aware of that, and my time and my inability to say, hey, just stop and order the right part. So fortunately, the older I get, the more crap I collect, the more stuff I seem to have on hand, so the more successful I am on the time that I spend in the shop. So today, really, it's just a summation of parts. When you look at doing the part, like you got to rebuild the carbs. So as you're overlooking that, man, when you know it, the caps on the carbs are rotted. So it's just remembering that, hey, either put it on a list or order it right then and there. Fortunately for us, and we all have computers, pocket computers, pull it out and order it right then and there. So that's the number one thing that I try to do, is when I realize that I need it, I just order it. So that way there's not a wonder or a worry, or or a worst case is to stop in the middle of a project because you can't move to the next step because you're missing something as simple as a cap. And a lot of times too, I won't just buy the 2 or the 3 that I need. I'll just buy an assortment or a kit, and it would have cost me $3 to buy the 2 that I need and $10 for the kit. Buy the freaking kit. They go bad, throw them away. Don't worry about it. At least you have them on hand when you're ready to go. So same thing with carb kits. We talked about these. I ordered these a while back. Had difficulty getting them, but they're here now. Now the bigger concern is, when I went to go lay all this out today, where did I put them? So I did purchase it in the toolbox a while back, and I've been good about putting everything in there. But it took me a minute to remember that, oh yeah, hey, you put all that stuff in that box. Just dumb stuff. Fuel lines, these came in. Thank you, Helen, over at, I want to say it's called Kolb Aircraft, but it's not. It's experimental something. But sent Kolb support an email. Within 4 hours, they got back to me. Another hour, I was on the phone with Helen. Another hour, she had them in the mail and on the way to us. Guys are doing a Kolb. These are specific to Kolb. You have to get them from them. I had a really hard time cross-referencing them to try to find them, and the reason is because they're specifically to them. So call them and get them. Helen is rocks. Took care of that. Obviously, my engine, which is a trip. I have never ordered a engine gasket kit and got them in a Ziploc bag before. So if that is not a sign of what is out there, and I don't think they really had a kit. I think that they just had enough of them laying around, enough parts and pieces to make me a kit for a 447. So I have all that. So got some fuel line here. Obviously need a paint marker. You can never have enough of those. Paint, epoxy, resin, glass. I've got tons of glass. Something that's a luxury item that I ordered that I absolutely am in love with. These are called grip lock ties. I love them. These are reusable. They're a little bit more than your traditional zip tie as far as cost is concerned. They come in a bunch of different colors, and of course I have to have them in all different colors, but they're rubber lined. I don't know if it's a rubber, but it feels like a rubber. So as far as wiring, any type of hoses, fuel lines, Adele clamps are sometimes can be a pain in the butt, and these are awesome. I absolutely love these things. And the beauty is you click them in, and if you don't like that placement or you're not ready to trim them yet, you can just push this pin, pull that pin in. Yeah, I told you it would come right off. Yeah, it's not gonna come right off, but it does. It comes right off. So, and they're awesome. So, wire wear and stuff. I've got a whole drawer of these now in every length that they offer, and I believe in at least 2 of the 3 colors that they offer. I don't have blue yet, but grip lock ties. If you guys do any type of anything mechanical, if you don't have them in your shop, you're crazy. Go to order some. And it's, I think the guy's name is Creighton. Yeah, Creighton, I don't know. He flies he's got 2 airplanes, I think, but he flies a little racer, a Casad, I believe. And that is not my real name, sir, but people that know me call me that. So just thanks, appreciate the note. I buy from him multiple times, and Creighton's cool enough to always leave me a cool note saying thanks for buying stuff. I really appreciate that. That's kind of cool that, you know, they're not a huge company, but big enough not to recognize a customer, but to say thanks is always nice, and that's a handwritten note at the end of that invoice. I appreciate that. I think it's pretty cool. I'm gonna walk you around the airplane. I finally got the wheels back on it. I showed you the hubs and the tires, got the brakes back on. It's a roller now, which is great. I actually rolled that out of my way here today, which is fantastic. Helps out a ton. Got some little bit of working room now. I can actually, you know, walk around. I still need to flip the wings over, but get those clean on this side. But helps to have it back here. With 99% of the parts here, actually the ones I'm aware of, the motor is going to come off. Hoping to have a half a day tomorrow or Sunday to get the motor off. I'm here tonight to actually, I'm going to pull the exhaust, pull the carbs, pull the prop, and if I have more time, I'm going to try to pull the pull start off, the front pull start with the fan, and then if I get really crazy, maybe the heat shields and the ignition, see how far I get. I need to clear this bench off so I can lay everything out just as perfect as I can. And I don't know that I'll get the motor off this weekend, but it'll be ready to come off next week, and if everything goes well, have the motor off and then back on hopefully by next weekend if everything goes right. So I'll walk you around the plane real quick. You guys haven't seen it yet. It hasn't been on, it's been all jacked. It's still a mess in here. Still got a long ways to go clean up, but head in the right direction. I'm actually not gonna clean up. I'm gonna straighten up a little bit and keep moving forward. Because I've got parts here, I just think it's time better spent to move forward and get closer to actually flying this airplane. So I'll give a quick walk around, and we'll do that right now. All right, there she is in all her glory. I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys out of here real quick. See if I can do it without shutting it off. Oh, let's see if we go. Oh, got you out there. Perfect. All right, so there it is, Kolb TWINSTAR. You can see the stab. You can actually see a better photo of what I put together to hold the tail. Works really great. Hopefully not another hole in that with that. You know, pretty simple construction. It's, you know, for the most part, it's an ultralight. It is an ultralight. So this one happens to be, it'll classify itself as a light sport. It weighs too much because of the 2 seats. Bigger tires. It's got full instrumentation. Obviously the front pod is off. It's back being repaired. But the bigger tires, I put a quick coat of paint on them. Wasn't super stoked about the hubs. I think we'll probably upgrade those at some point. But for right now, I just want to fly the airplane and see what it's at and see where it's at and see if it's something I'm going to hang on to for a while or put a couple hours on it and move on to the next project. So seats and instrument panel is actually a lot for an ultralight. So all the important stuff there. 503 Rotax with the pull start. It does have the electric start drive on it without the starter on it. So at some point, the previous owner was going to upgrade to a starter. I haven't decided. I'm pretty sure that I want to. I just don't know if I'm going to. When I pull that front oiler off, and that, I'm going to see if the flywheel drive is on there and kind of see what else is to do there to see what the cost will be. Wood prop, 2-blade, really basic airplane. So super cool. I'm excited about it. It's cleaning up pretty well. I haven't buffed it yet, just getting the grime off of it. You know, the fly snot from 10 years of sitting in a hangar. Just trying to get that all off. I want to say he bent that tail support, the tail wheel support, but I haven't quite got down to that yet. But pretty basic. Like I said, we're gonna yank this exhaust off for sure here in just a couple minutes, and I'm gonna pull this prop off. That's why I brought the paint pen out. But that is her in a nutshell. I was hell-bent on repainting this thing, but the colors are so close to motorcycle. My first new motorcycle was a Yamaha, early 90s, and it had those colors. So I don't know, I'm partial to them, so I just may not repaint this thing. we'll see. We'll see how well it flies and how much I fly it and how big a drive I have to get on to the next project. So, but wings are here in the racks. I do need to flip them. I'm just about done cleaning everything, but the bottoms are, the top actually, the wing are just, they're covered. So I need to finish this. You can see the grime in the hinge gap. So I've just been slowly scrubbing that out with a soft brush. This side's almost done. The right side here is almost done, but the left one is still a ton of work. The airplane was here. I couldn't reach this side. So now that I can roll it out like I just did, that'll make it a lot easier. So definitely happy with that progress and happy to be able to roll this thing out. It just makes a world of difference in here. But I think that's enough for today. I'm going to stop here and get to work getting this prop off and labeling some parts and cleaning that general disaster up so I can lay out all the parts on that bench right there. Because of course this bench is full of crap too. So it's just criminal. It really is. It starts off so clean with all the right intentions, but man, I can screw up that. All right, you guys have a great weekend and I'll get back to you in a week or so. Bye.